that when I said you could trust us, that we would deliver a world-class stadium where the seats were close to the pitch, where there was a roof that covered those seats, that would provide us with an opportunity to be in one of the best stadiums in the world.
Karren Brady has stepped down in her role as vice chair at West Ham United. Wow. Now that has, I wouldn't say it's come completely out of the blue. There's been rumours circulating for ages that this was going to happen a while ago. But the fact that just now it's happened. Finally. The BS out protests are just S out. Sullivan out now. We've finally got rid of Karren Brady, and we will talk about why this is good news. This is a step in the right direction. We have got rid of just one of the absolute snakes that sold us this crap stadium. One of the main people behind this stadium move that has put us in that soulless bowl. Karren Brady. That witch is gone. It's like flipping Wizard of Oz. This is amazing. I mean, it just brings up so many questions. It's more questions than answers. Why now? What does she know? Why didn't she wait till the end of the season? A shitstorm is on the horizon for one Mr. David Sullivan, I believe. I truly believe that. But Karren Brady, I mean, they've released an official statement. I won't read too much of it because it's all a load of fluff. It's been a privilege to work alongside the board, management staff and players. We've achieved remarkable milestones. The Conference League is a highlight. Yeah, look, this is in her 16 years as vice chair. Baroness Brady led the negotiations to secure the club's move to London Stadium, overseeing and driving the process that delivered the transition to a 62,500 capacity Soulless Bowl. It did say Soulless Bowl. Yeah, it's that. If that's not reason enough to want her gone, then I don't know what is. She's taking the credit. I call it the blame for pushing that move forward. The absolute crap deal that we have now financially, yeah, it's a great deal, but in terms of the fact that we have no control over this stadium, we have no powers. The atmosphere is being diminished because we can't change anything about the stadium. In fact, they've stuck a wall up there between the home and away fans, which made the atmosphere even worse, which we have no control over. Like, she is killed the heart and soul of our football club. I really believe that. So while it is great to see her gone, it really is. It's not done. Like, Sullivan needs to go now. I'm so limited in what I can say about this from a legal standpoint, but I'll just say there's been allegations against a certain individual, right? That's all I'll say. I can't say what the allegations are. Go on Twitter, search up the ripple effect. Right? I can't say anything. Certain allegations against a certain individual, and there's been embargoes and injunctions. I'm wondering if she knows that that's about to expire, and this is about to become public against this individual, and she's distancing herself. She's leaving before she is associated and attached to that. She's saving herself. So we'll see if anything comes out. It's that, or she knows the absolute mess financially this club is in, and she's leaving because she knows we are fucked. And in that case, again, that's partly her fault. That's partly her fault. If we are in this mess, I don't want to hear all this like great job she's done, because we're in a stadium we hate and we're in an absolute financial mess. When she's supposed to be, you know, increasing our revenue and sorting out that side of the business, we are banging trouble by the sounds of things when it comes to the summer, and maybe have to sell some players we don't want to sell and try and raise funds. So that's Karren Brady. So it's going to be very interesting now to see what happens if they get a replacement. Apparently, according to X, ex-employee, he reached out to the club for comment, and is ridiculous about what their statement is. And they said the fans have got their wish. Maybe they would like to tell us. What a passive aggressive little comment that was. Like, the fans got their wish. Maybe they should tell us. Maybe I will tell you. I tell you to fuck off out my club. That's what I tell you, you scumbags. We will start a search today to find the best possible replacement we can, though a lot depends on what division we're in. Get me Amanda Stevely in this club to find us new ownership. That's what we need. We need Amanda Stevely to come in. And I know she's not necessarily like a like-for-like replacement in role. I just want her in the club. I want to find in us a new ownership. Get Sullivan out of this club. Gold passed away, which I'll never celebrate something like that. But David Gold is no longer with us. Karren Brady has now left. Sullivan is the only one left out of the three that took us out of Upton Park into this stadium. The clock's ticking for that fraud, for that clown. And we've got to turn up the pressure. Listen, the Palace game, I'll talk about the Palace game. But it's really hard to focus on the game yesterday. And hopefully, like, this positive, like, lifts the fans. Like, the mood going into the home game against Everton will be up. Because no one liked her. She was universally hated for a reason. And people will try and pin what a great job she's done, and certain articles will push it because she was a woman, she done such a great job. Yeah, like, fair play to her for herself, what she done in terms of her career as a woman in football. I don't give a shit what gender you are. You fucked up my football club, mate. We were perfectly fine at Upton Park. We didn't need to move. So man, woman, whatever in between, you're a scumbag, and I'm glad you're gone. I'm glad you're no longer associated with my football club. We was hearing stories about how Karren Brady was barely turning up to her job. She's taking a massive wage. She takes bonuses, and she just wasn't present. So what had we been paid for her for? And now we're in this financial mess. She'd seemed like she'd checked out. We'd been hearing these rumours that she was going to leave since around December. We'd heard this, and they'd downplay it. No, it's all rumours, not true. And then here we are, 4 or 5 months later, and it's happened. So there's no smoke without fire. I don't believe that there was nothing to them stories and now she's decided to leave. She's been thinking about this for a while. And since then, this is around about the time that all these allegations and things started really coming to light in the legal. So I think it could be connected to that. It's that or the financial mess. There's no reason she just decides partway through a season, now's the time. I mean, I know she pushed heavily, like, for Graham Potter. Graham Potter was her signing, right? Essentially, that's who she wanted, Graham Potter. And he was one of the worst appointments in the history of this football club. And then he got sacked. So I don't know if she felt a certain way about that. But why she was ever getting involved in transfers, which she did, in managerial appointments. She is not a football person. She's been working in football for a long time, but she's a business person. We need football people making football decisions. And she's not one of them. How does she know what this club needs in terms of managers, what this squad needs in terms of, style of play and things like that? But she got involved in that, and these rumours, like I said, came not too long after he got sacked. So I don't know if there's something to that where she was falling on her sword. I don't know. All I can hope for is that this is a net positive for the football club. She'd been here since they joined, way back 15 years ago. She had a long tenure at this club. And look, it can't get any worse. Touch wood. Look, we could go down this season. We could. But all of this has started while she's at the helm. So hopefully it's a chance to get someone else in and start to push out David Sullivan, start to isolate him and really turn up the heat. Because BS out, I was never Brady. I was never focused on Brady out because I always thought you cut the head off. You get Sullivan out, you get her gone. But we've got her gone first now. It's all the attention is on Sullivan. He can't sit there and say and hide behind Brady and Gold and be lumped in with them. He is on his own now. And we will do everything we can to get him out of this club and try to repair what he's damaged. You know, I sit there and I look at this stadium and what we've achieved. Okay, we got Conference League, which I think we could have won at Upton Park. We've played European football for 3 seasons, right? Now let's look at it. Palace in their little rinky-dink stadium. No offence to Palace, but it's a tiny stadium, old school. I love that. And they've won the FA Cup. They've got a season of Europe now, which they actually qualified for the Europa League, but through legal issues, they got bumped down to the Conference League. They're on track to win the Conference League and then play in the Europa League next season. So that would be 2 trophies and 2 seasons of European football in their stadium, which was is smaller than Upton Park was. So we needed to move to achieve what we achieved. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. So I'm not hearing any justifications, any excuses of, oh, you know, we moved to stadium and that got us a trophy. They was talking about Champions League football, for God's sake. Like, I'm not hearing it. She's gone. For football's sake, I hope she stays out of that. She can stick with her businesses and her apprentice and her son column and just stay far away from the game that we all love, and especially far away from my football club. In fact, I hope she goes to Spurs. I hope she goes Spurs. Yeah, that'll be a nice little move for her. Go and finally put the nail in their coffin. So, good news, but it's not over. It's far, far from over. Replacement seems to be waiting until the end of the season, but let's hope that a new owner is the one that really pushes their replacement. Like I said, there is something more to this, her stepping down, than we know. We have our suspicions, but we'll see. In the coming days and weeks, we'll start to see and start to hear what's really going on. So, listen, as far as the Palace game, maybe I'll do a video later. It's an opportunity missed. It's a big opportunity missed. A point, decent result, I guess, but not good enough. We really had to start pushing ourselves away from Spurs. We have to beat Everton, and let's hope this news lifts the fan base, and we have cause for celebration at 3 o'clock a Saturday at home at the stadium that which took us to. So listen, thanks for watching. Do subscribe, and I'll be live on West Ham Fan TV on Post-Match Pint tonight. And yes, more videos on this channel as well. So thank you all for watching.